Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to another episode of Beyond Crystal Code. I'm Coco, and I'm here with the one and only Carla from Ascension Organites. How you doing, Carla?
Hello. Hi, Coco. How are you? And how's everybody doing?
Well, I'm
Happy
doing good.
Wednesday.
I'm good. Yeah, happy Wednesday. Let me check here in the comments. We have people hopping into the comments section. Post in the comment section where you're watching from. Of course, we love to read the part of the country, city that you live in. Let's check out here. We have Oregon, we had Ontario as well. So keep on with your comment section. And before we deep dive into our topics du jour, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our Rumble channel, Jean Claude at Beyond Mystic. We post uncensored content every single day. And if you are a YouTube lover, we got you there too. Jean Claude Beyond Mystic 003. And at the Beyond Mystic Academy, we have this running right now, and it's the conference with Andy, and he will give you all of the tips and tricks and secrets of gold, silver, what's the truth behind everything. He gave that TED Talk conference moment during the Beyond Mystic conference that was past March 2025. So you just go to the Beyond Mystic Academy, you click on this picture right here, it will bring you to this page, and you just hop into this beautiful conference with Andy Sheckman, and you will get everything you need to know about gold and silver because now is the time. I don't take my word for it. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
No, and the things that
So
he said at the conference, sorry, Coco, because I was thinking the
yeah,
things that he said at the conference are so relevant like today. So very relevant today.
it's
Right
a must.
now, actually. Yeah.
It's a must. So yeah, let's hop into the topic du jour. We are diving into the chakra system, our energetic map that comes with it, and how to work the crystals and which chakra represents which right, well, not right, I would say perfect match
Right.
with each of your chakras. So we will start with that for our show of the day. However, I always start with a question with you.
Yeah.
So, what is the first chakra you think of when you feel stress, ungrounded, or super emotional for you?
For me, I would say it's probably a combination of the throat and the heart, because every time I feel emotion, it's like at the top of my stomach. So
Mm.
anything, anxiety, anything like that, is my stomach. It's always my stomach. But I wouldn't say it's the solar plexus. I would say it's a little bit upper. And sometimes throat, because I have a hard time sometimes expressing what I'm feeling and what I'm thinking. Well, we all do, right? But
Yeah, yeah.
specifically when I'm ungrounded or there's a lot of emotions going on, that's usually where I tap into physically. It's either the throat or the body. You know that feeling of like when you're nervous and you feel like something comes up your throat and it's almost like choking.
Yeah,
Like that.
yeah.
That's the immediately feeling that I get, like when I feel like something is too much emotion or I'm overwhelmed or anxious or whatever. What about you?
Heart chakra as well, and my root chakra.
Oh,
When I feel
absolutely. Yeah.
unbalanced, ungrounded, right away, I feel in my root chakra. I feel like a wobbly tree, like those little baby trees that you see planted in the front of houses. I feel like wobbly like that, unstable, root chakra as well. So yeah, that's what happens on my end when I'm having one of those weeks, one of those days, one of those Mercury retrograde like we're having right now. One of
Oh my
those.
God, yes. Like we were just talking backstage. As soon as I entered, my internet just went kaput. Like it just died on me. That's crazy. I thought it was my computer, but it was just the internet was gone. So, you know,
It's totally
Mercury-
Mercury retrograde. The whole
yeah,
week
exactly.
I had Jean Claude and Janine doing a Beyond the News, and Jean Claude was texting me, "Hey, people are not seeing on the back end." Da, da, da. I'm like, "Oh man, this is Merc." And like I double, triple check. I was connecting everything in the back end for the show, and everything just went buck wild. So listen, it is what it is.
Yeah, we
We
do what
can't
we
go,
can.
yeah,
Right.
we can't go against the grid with the Mercury retrograde. So, anyways, we're not here to talk about Mercury retrograde. We're here to chat about our chakras. Okay.
Right.
So let's start up top
Hmm.
with, let me bring you this up front for everybody that's watching with us. Start up top with our crown chakra, and this is where we are mostly connected with our higher self or the divine, however you want to call it,
Right.
our spiritual being, purpose of it all. So, if you want to guide us with your knowledge on the selection of crystals that you want to work with, but mind you, maybe another crystal works better for you. So if you want to match it with that as well, it's all good. Like I always say, whatever floats your boat. So let's
Exactly.
go with that. Yeah.
Well, first, I wanted to go back and kind of like give you guys. We're not gonna do a deep dive today because you could talk about chakras for hours, but we're kind of like going in the surface and explaining more or less, especially for people that don't have an idea what they are and what
Hmm.
they do. So basically, if you think of, I mean, I actually learned this concept from JC. It's like we have different bodies. The body that you have here is only like 1/12 of the whole that we are. So the chakras are basically little energy points in our spiritual body. So they form part of the spiritual body, and each of them carry like a specific aspect that makes up our whole. So it could be personality or like just who you are as a soul, as a spirit, right? They also have, traditionally, they have colors assigned to them. And the way that I think about that is colors. Well, I was actually going to tell you that we should do a whole program or show on colors, because colors
Yeah.
are frequency, right? And they each carry, and psychologically, there's certain colors that they put in certain places to do certain things. We know that.
Hmm.
So colors do carry some, importance as well. So basically, think of chakras as like energy points or little energy. I like to think of like little engines that we have all over the spiritual body that also like affect our physical body, because we're all connected. But that's more or less the gist of it. So we can start at the crown. So it's here on the top of the scalp. And it's basically, like you were saying, our source of spirituality is like our connection to like source, to however you want to call it, to our the divine, to our connection, our intuition, um, everything that has to do with our higher self. And basically that aspect of it, this is where you would you would get your higher consciousness, or you will receive deep messages and things like that. So I did pick a couple of like crystals, or crystals that work with each chakra, but like we were saying, you don't have to use these are just suggestions. And I went more with the color, because like I feel like the color works with the frequency, so it's similar, but also the properties of the crystals match.
Yeah, I
Um,
agree. Yeah.
right. So for the crown chakra, of course, you have to pick amethyst, because amethyst is like the connector. It's like the divine, like divinity. And it's also a stone of deep spirituality, deep consciousness, and it also has a very soothing energy to it, brings a lot of clarity, and it definitely connects to higher frequencies. So if you are looking to develop or work more in the crown chakra, I would say, or amethyst is great, or any crystal that maybe purple crystal also would work. So because you're calling in the energy of the color of the chakra, the purple. But amethyst is very popular. Everybody has like worked with it. I love amethyst. It's actually, we were saying at the first show, like the crystals that we first started working with, and amethyst was the first for me. Like,
It's
absolutely.
I think it's almost for everybody, because even
Yeah.
when like my friends are around me that always ask me questions because they're like starting to dabble into crystals, they always say, okay, which first crystal that I should purchase? and I always go for amethyst. Like
Right.
it comes out right away. I'm like, start with the amethyst, and then you start trickling to other crystals that talk to you. But I don't know why. But yeah, you're right. It's always, I guess, well, for me, it's like the color that gets to me every single time. So I'm like, oh, I love the amethyst. But yeah, you're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Well, purple is my favorite color too, so I guess I'm biased in that way.
Yeah,
but,
right.
but yeah, that's basically why I chose amethyst. It's such a powerful stone. It's like multidimensional. It works with so many frequencies, and it's very connected to higher consciousness.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So going down to the next chakra will be the third eye.
Third
So
eye.
the third eye is usually here between the eyebrows, and this is your source of intuition and insight. So think of it as, like, I think of it as the mind's eye. So for me, also, this is where the pineal gland is located, right? And we
Mm-hmm.
know the pineal gland is hugely important, and like especially spiritually, and like and like projecting our reality. So the mind's eye is how you project your, like, whatever you're receiving, your connection, that's how you project it into your reality. I always like to think about that concept of, maybe it was Cliff High that I heard say that every thought that you have for at least 21 seconds becomes reality. It's already manifested. You
I
just
think
have
that's
to
Cliff.
align.
Yeah, it does make sense. I think
Yeah.
I heard you
So
saying that too.
right. So if you've like spent 21 seconds visualizing something or thinking about something, it already exists somewhere. You just have
Mm-hmm.
to align to it. That's how manifesting works. But third eye is basically that. It's basically like your mind's eye. It's like where you use your visualization. Oh my god. That's what we used to visualize.
Mercury retrograde. Holy macaroni.
Right. It's also connected to a higher self as well. So I chose working with the color. Oh, it usually has the crown chakras. Like let me go back. The crown chakras usually connected to purple. The third eye is usually a blue, like a deep blue, or like an ocean blue that you will see.
Mhm.
So I chose sodalite for that, because sodalite is literally called the stone of insight and the stone of intuition. So it's all about your mind and connecting to that deep intuition that you have, and like um, enhancing any mental capabilities that you may have. Very, very connected to the third eye, basically. It also helps you with your weaknesses and your strengths, like to see them and to work on them. So very, very good stone to work with, the third eye chakra.
I love the concept that that stone um, is a very honest stone. Like you say, it helps you work with your weaknesses and your strength. So
Exactly.
that's an amazing duo to have as a crystal with you, and how you explain the concept of the different chakras we have is like little different engines in your body. That's such a good way to
Hmm.
explain it. That is a super
Yeah,
good way.
because
That's a
they
great way to like explain to like somebody like, what the heck you're talking about chakras, or just like explaining it to your kid. Because that would be like my daughter kind of question. What are you talking, mom, about chakras? I'm like, okay, you know those little engines in your toy cars? Well, it's the same thing. So yeah,
right.
that's a great way to explain it.
I also think of it too as like some, well, not specifically related, but if you think about like how the planet has a grid and it has ley lines and it has these points of energy that are so important, it's almost like our own physical energy points too. It's like almost like how we connect our ley lines, basically. So that's where all of those energies are stored in our body, in a spiritual body. So
Hmm.
it's actually pretty, like, we've heard of chakras all the time, right?
Yeah.
Every time you do energy work, people talk about that, but it's like
Hmm.
the concept is like we're going into a more basic, simple concept for people to understand, especially like, like what I said, for people that don't really know what they
The
are. Yeah,
introduction, the introduction to chakras.
exactly. Yeah, because there's
Yeah,
so much work that you can do. There's so many things that you can
it's infinite.
exactly.
You could work constantly on your chakras. I see here a little question. Well, this one is a statement from Lena DJ. A color show would be so beneficial for me. That's a really great idea. We're
Yeah.
keeping in mind, Carla.
Yeah, I'm keeping
That
a
is
list.
We
Yeah,
love
I
this.
actually
And
I learned about, sorry, Coco, I was gonna
no,
say
no.
I learned about colors frequency from my grandmother because she was
Mhm.
studying like how each color is connected to what frequency and how it affects everything. And like even the colors present in nature. So that's gonna be super cool show to like actually
Well, I
go
have
into.
another concept, another show idea from Lena. She's one was that's a question she's asking, but I'm like, this would be a good show as well. What about the metals like copper that complement the crystals and its powers? So that's a good concept, no?
Well, copper is really powerful. So in
Mhm.
organites, that's the most common metal that you will see that we work with. Even the organites that I make that have like you'll see on the outside, you'll have brass or you have aluminum because I'm trying to keep in with like an aesthetic or a color, but they always have copper inside because copper is like the most conductive. So if you're thinking about metals to complement crystals, yeah, absolutely copper. But that's what an organite is. An organite is it's a combination of crystals and metals and then the organic component. So definitely that's exactly what it is. So we could do a whole show talking about we
Yeah.
will talk about like
Mhm.
organites and what they do and how they work and all of that stuff.
And here, Lupo 5. I got bored watching NASA live stream on 3i Atlas. Rather watch Coco and Carla.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Lupo. So okay, I'm done with the comments for now. So let's continue, Carla.
Okay, so we're
So
moving on to
yes.
we did the third eye, so we're gonna move on to the throat chakra.
Mhm.
And the throat chakra obviously is like in the hollow of the collarbone, like where your throat would be. And this is our source of communication, self-expression, and basically the words that come out of your mouth. We know that words are so powerful, just like the mind's eye. We
Mhm.
visualize our reality. The words are super, super powerful. This is also where your faith is stored and like your authentic voice. So the voice of who you are. I was, saying earlier, I think the throat chakra is something that we all struggle with because even in the like, especially in the last 5 years, is like we know all these things and we can't really express them because
Mhm.
we don't want to cause issues or whatever. We don't want to be thrown off YouTube. So we're like the throat chakra is usually it has been very blocked for a long time.
Yeah.
So I feel like we all have to kind of do some work to unblock the throat and heal all the stuff that's been done with the to the throat chakra. So also it's has the color teal. You'll see like turquoise color or like a combination between blue and green, but it's usually teal and turquoise. I actually was remembering how my grandmother, every time she would have to go somewhere or she would have to teach a class or something, she would wear like a turquoise scarf around her neck for like
Oh,
the throat chakra to like kind of like protect it and call in the colors. So that was pretty cool.
that's
So what
very
I chose, yeah, you don't have to. I mean, I wanted to do turquoise in particular for this set, but I went with something a little bit more a different path. So I chose lapis because
mhm.
lapis
That is
is
wow.
yeah, lapis is absolutely like it's a very also powerful protection stone. And like I was talking about, like the throat needs a little bit of protection now, and it has been for a while.
Mhm.
But it's also about communication. It's about your mind. It's about your heart. It's a stone of truth as well. So if you're talking about your communication and speaking your truth, lapis is really, really powerful for that. I have a pyramid that if you guys want to look into, it's the Liberty pyramid that I made like for freedom. It has
Oh,
lapis lazuli on it. Yeah,
let me put
because it's connected to freedom, it's connected to speaking your truth, it's connected to also for like the brain and your thoughts and your intellect and the words that come out of your mouth. Basically, that's it. It has lapis lazuli as well.
it's stunning.
Yeah, it's also connected to your inner vision, your mental capacity, and like I said, it's really, really powerful for speaking your truth and speaking truth and communicating well. Yeah.
That's the crystal that I always use when I have to have a deep, deep conversation with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever the topic is, or you want to get something, you want to communicate something very important to somebody, or if you're in a moment of conflict and you don't want to go overboard, and um, you want to have your words, like really your truth spoken properly, and to find the right word to speak to a person, I always have that in my pocket, in my jeans, or I put it in my tank top, under my shirt, in my
Yeah.
bra. But I have that conversation with I know, or I put it
No,
in
we
my
all do
hair,
that. We all do that.
right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Because you
the
can't carry it
moment
in
that
the
I'm like,
pocket, right?
oh, I have to have this conversation with this person. Oh, you know what? I have to go get that. So I get my lapis lazuli and I have my conversation. So I really, really love that crystal for speaking my truth. You're totally
Right.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. And also like it's also protective. So it's going to
Mhm.
protect you from like not saying the wrong thing or saying the right thing actually. Also always remember Jane always talks about being a fertility stone for like people that want to conceive and things. So I don't use it
Ah,
like that. I use it more for the communication and truth side to it. But yeah, it also has that property on it.
really,
But
for
yeah. Oh,
fertility?
and
That's
also it
good
was
to know.
yeah, yeah. Janine said that a long time ago, and I looked into it, and it's true. It is used for fertility as well. Like it can bring, well, fertility could also be birthing something, so it doesn't have to be having
True. Yeah.
children,
Yeah.
right? It could
Birthing
be like
project. Yeah, you're right.
creating something. So yeah.
I have here a
Okay.
question. Well, a question. I have a statement here from Lupo 5. I just got a carnelian pebble and I don't know what it's for, but I love the bright orange color. Oh,
We're gonna talk about carnelian a little bit.
yeah.
Yeah. We can keep going if you want
Yeah,
to
for sure,
the
for
heart
sure.
chakra. That's my favorite one. Because
Mhm.
every time I need to, I don't know, ground or connect deeply, I just kind of like place my hands in my heart and kind of like, touch my heart chakra and go from there. So I feel like everything stems from here.
Yeah.
So the heart chakra is obviously here in the center of the chest, and it's your source of love and your compassion, your self-love. It connects to your physical body in the sense like of yourself, your and also your like the aspects of the self. So it's very connected to your self-love, to the love that you feel for others, the compassion that you feel for others. Um, so I chose this color and this stone in particular for um because I feel like the heart chakra is because there's a lot of crystals that you can use to connect to the heart. Like
Yeah.
thinking of rose quartz, rose
So yeah.
quartz is like the hearts in a crystal form. But I wanted to call in the color of the heart because the color of the heart is green. So I chose green aventurine because green aventurine is like the stone of joy, and it's going to bring a boost of good luck to you. And it's also the stone of abundance. So if you're even trying to call in abundance using and doing it from the heart, it's going to be different than if you do it from an intellectual place, or if you do it from with other reasons, right? So
Mhm.
I chose green aventurine for that because it's a stone of confidence, the stone of happiness, and the heart is all about how we see ourselves and the love that we give ourselves and the love that we give others and the compassion that we feel for others. um, what else? Let me see. Well, green in as the color, the frequency of green has always been used for like soothing and to calling nurturing energies, and it's very calm, just like the heart is, right? So it's absolutely my favorite chakra to work with. Like I feel like that's the one that connects to me the most is the heart. um so yeah, this stone is good for like helping keep your emotions calm and helping you, and it's also going to give you like joy, so that you if you need to work with the heart chakra, a boost of joy, a boost of good luck to like bring you back into your confidence and your love for yourself.
It's like a big hug from the universe.
Exactly. And
Yeah,
like
it's like
a little
that.
bit of good luck.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm. So I like the concept that you say that it's a calming crystal, and you just said that, and I didn't even thought of it because I have one right beside me because I've been holding this cold that's been following me for weeks now. And without noticing it, I have a green aventurine with me. I was like, okay, I felt called to have it and always bring it with me wherever I go. So I'm there when I go and prepare my hot water. I bring it with me and I go sit on my office here, my office desk. It's right here in front of me. So maybe that's why it's for the calming side of that crystal that I'm trying to like, bring back my energy, call back my health in a calming way. So it does make a lot of sense. That's
Yeah,
amazing. Yeah.
absolutely. And I look at it as if I want good luck, if I want things to go right, green
Yeah.
aventurine. Green aventurine. Yeah. Well, aventurine comes in different colors too. There's yellow aventurine that I worked with before, but green is the most common one. Yeah. Also, yeah, connected to nature.
Nature.
Correct. And
Mhm.
so what, heart, Mother Earth is very, very close, right? The heart chakra and Mother Earth and nature. And so, yeah, it all connects to each other if you think about it.
And next, we are hopping to the solar plexus. Here we
Right. So
are.
the solar plexus is color yellow and is usually 2 inches above the navel, so your belly button. So it will be, I think of it like the center of your stomach, maybe. So this is the source of your self-esteem, your power, your willpower. So when you think about your power, it's like your will to do things, your motivation, your sense of worth. Um, it's literally the center of the body. So it's extremely important, and this is where, like I would say, the will to keep going, the will to create new things is like basically what keeps us going every day.
Yeah.
It's connected to the sun too, the color, the name. And so that's why I chose sunstone, because sunstone is incredibly powerful and aligned to solar
Interesting.
plexus. Yeah, it's a
Really?
very Leo stone. So any Leos out here, sun, moon, and rising, sunstone is amazing for you guys because you literally are the sun. You are the sun sign. So it's very connected to passion and creativity and like your determination and keeping you going, motivated. I mean, any Leos that I know don't need motivation, to be honest, because they're the
Yeah,
ones that keep us motivated.
you're right. You're very right.
They're the ones that keep us going. I don't know any Leos that are like too laid back. Maybe if they have other aspects, but yeah, this is literally Leo in a stone presentation. So it's very connected to the solar plexus and that power that we need. The think of it like Leo, the lion. The power is like what keeps you going, basically.
We could call it like the courage stone.
The courage, it's absolutely the courage
Yeah.
stone. This is what, like, bold, very bold. That's what I think of. Bold, courageous, brave, let's keep going, determined.
Mhm.
Yes, powerful. Absolutely.
And that makes
Um,
sense with the sorry, the solar plexus when you're talking about being bold, keep on going, but that energy comes from there as well. So it totally makes sense with that crystal that is courage. And when well, for me personally, and you could share in the comments section that when you are searching for, when you dig deep into your body to get that motivation of courage or to keep on pushing. I feel it literally from the center.
mhm.
Like, you're totally right, like 2 inches above your belly button. So yeah, like you feel that fire up in there. So my gosh, connecting the dots, that's amazing.
Yeah, no, and you made me think of just something else. It's like this is where also that area is where our gut is located, and the gut is
Mhm.
like just as important as our brain in the physical body, because the gut is like the second brain. So you have like connection to higher knowing or source, and then you have the center of your body is literally the middle of your stomach. So that's
Mhm.
where all your will and your determination is coming from to like
Comes from.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
very cool.
And then we have our sacral chakra. Is it that?
Right.
Yeah.
So the sacral chakra is connected to the color orange, and it will be 2 inches below the navel, so 2 inches below the belly button. and it's all about our sexuality, and this is where our creativity comes from. So
Mhm.
I specifically chose carnelian because Lupo was talking about the carnelian pebble. Carnelian is like a boost of energy, passion. This is about like sensual energy. It's very creative. It's very like if you want to be revitalized and you want to get a little bit more motivation going,
Yeah.
like maybe you feel like you're a little bit stuck, like you want to get started working on something and you can't, like carnelian is amazing for that. Is
Vitality.
exactly vitality,
Yeah.
because the sacral chakra is also where we, if you think about reproduction, that's where we create life.
Yeah.
So anything that we want to create, anything comes from there basically. So this is where all of those energies are stored, our creativity, our creation of life. Also a chakra that has been very, very messed with over the years that we, you know, all have to work on. But carnelian is good to also like keeping you balanced, and if you have a lot of emotions, it's kind of like make you come back and like um maybe reassess all the things that are happening, all the emotions, and like kind of like organize them. And it's literally like what I said, it's a boost of energy. That's what I think of it as carnelian. Like if you want to have a boost of energy, that as a Pisces, I need carnelian because it's like it's fire. And sometimes I can be a little mellow, too mellow. So I need a little bit of oomph to get me going. So that's what carnelian is.
She's feeling in the ocean. That's what Carl is doing. So yeah, she needs the
Exactly.
carnelian. Yeah. Well, it's
Yeah,
very
if you ask
powerful.
my family, yeah, if you ask my family, I was up in the clouds all the time, so maybe not the ocean, I would say like the sky. But yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
gosh, Carla. But it's a very powerful stone because like you say, our solar plexus is where we create life, you know? So it's a very powerful stone to associate with the solar plexus.
right. And also this is carnelian is good to like manifest your dreams and to bring
Mhm.
to align. We were talking before, so if you're visualizing something, that thought is already up created somewhere, it just, all you have to do is align to that version of what you want. Then carnelian and the sacral chakra are basically what help you bring it into this reality, because that's where we birth and we create things from the
Mm,
sacral chakra, right? So it's like basically, yeah, bringing into the physical side the things that you want to create, or your dreams, or the things that you want to achieve.
that's so true. Well, because I really remember, I think it was during a Wacky Woo with Cliff and Jean Claude, with when you how did you say that? You manifest,
Visualize
visualize
for
what you
21
want,
seconds, or
and
just
then
a
you
thought. He said a
boom.
thought, I think. Yeah, any thought that lasts more than 21 seconds, it's already created. I
When he
think it
said
was.
that, it was I was like mind blown. I was mind blown. I
Yeah,
was like, okay,
I
well,
remember that too.
how do you? That's when I was at this moment that I'm asking myself, okay, I get the way to visualize it, but now I'm trying to master, that's the word, master tuning into that frequency and staying in it and not going back to the bad habits of scarcity, because we were talking about this, I think it was last show or the one before,
Mhm.
because
Yeah,
I totally understand the visualization, and okay, I tune into that frequency, great. But you know, like sometimes, because it goes by, it comes, when it does happen, it comes so quickly, and
right.
then when it happens, you're like, okay, this is amazing. Wow, it worked. And then you get like, I'm speaking for myself. I'll catch myself literally, oh my gosh, wait a minute. Is this okay? Is this made for me really? But I've been asking for it. Like I've been working, meditating, doing all of the shadow work, everything. And then here I am catching myself in that scarcity mindset. So I need to work around with that type of crystal to really keep myself laser focused, you know?
Absolutely, yeah. And also, I think the whole idea of holding your thought, I think he was also talking about it in like a manifestation type of way, where um if you think of the idea that there's so many, the possibilities of the future are not set, and there's so many timelines that you can jump into. So I think he was like saying it more of like, if you want to manifest something, all you have to do is think about it for like at least 21 seconds, because 21 seconds, it sounds short, but if you try to do it, it's like holding that thought for
For
21 seconds.
21 seconds.
Yeah, it takes a level of like concentration and like,
Concentration.
right,
Mhm.
and the willpower, because if you ever try to like sit, even when I try to meditate, like I don't hold the thought for 21 seconds. Like there's a thousand things going on in my head, like a thousand.
True.
So it's actually, it makes total sense to me that you're creating something because you're sitting with that energy, those feelings of what you're trying to visualize for at least that amount of time. um, I love that concept too. And I actually also want to do like a show on like the basic idea manifestation, because at least for what has worked for me and how I use it every day, because I do use it every day, and it's worked. It always works, because it's like it's so simple, but
Yeah.
sometimes we make it so complicated. It doesn't have to be. So that's
No.
definitely something we could talk about. Yeah.
Well, they confuse us. They try to, like you say, it's so simple, but with the living in the 3D world, they make it seem like it's complicated and they try to erase it from our human nature. So that's why we make, like you say, we make it complicated because we've been programmed to think that it's complicated or it just doesn't exist at all if you're like really 3D to the bone. So yeah, exactly. Like you say, it's not complicated, but it's like when I was saying about myself, catching myself in the scarcity mindset because I'm still battling with the what they implanted in me as a little kid when I used to go to school, you know? So that's
Mhm.
that's a good topic to cover for an eventual show.
Yeah, it happens to
Totally.
all of us. We all have programs that we carry from um not even, sometimes not even this life, sometimes it's from
It's
before,
true.
like, because for me, like I've had to work a lot on like my heart chakra, because I feel like and I think it's I was even carrying this from maybe past lives or generational, is self-love and like feeling worthy and feeling enough. And I know that's something, at least in my case, is it's a pattern that I see with the women in my family. So we all carry this idea that, and I know part of it is also cultural and the
Yeah.
surrounding, but I also feel like it's more of, we just carry this and we perpetuate it. And
Yeah.
now I feel like we're here to kind of cut the cords and cut
Or
the patterns
oh
and
my
like do something
gosh.
completely different. And it's totally difficult, but it's something that we have to work on every day. It's not like you work on it once and perfect, now I love myself and it's beautiful. Like it takes a lot of work and practice, just like
Mhm.
visualizing for 21 seconds, or working with like trying to unblock all the things we have and all the things that we've been taught. So yeah.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, let's hop into the root chakra.
Right. So this is the last one, and it is at the base of the spine, and is associated with the color red. So, like you were saying in the beginning, this is where we ground. So this
Yeah.
is where you connect. This is the survival, your being, your family, your security, your stability. So if your root chakra is like not, if you're feeling unsafe, if you're feeling like unstable about things in your life, a good place to start is working in the root chakra, because that's basically what holds us up, or like what holds us, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Well, the spine too, the spine holds the entire like nervous system, and that's what holds our bodies basically. So it's like the foundation, or both our physical, our emotional, spiritual bodies, all of it. A good stone that I picked for that is red jasper, because red jasper is extremely grounding. um, it's connected to Mother Earth, which is what grounds us and what keeps us, in our root. And it channels the Earth's energy, and is very nurturing and very transformational, because it pushes us to like grow and to become the best version of ourselves. So if you think about like your being, your stability, what makes us feel safe, when we feel like we can I guess not, I wouldn't say control the situation around us, but kind of like have an idea what's going on around us. We makes us feel safe. So if you're your best version, that's
Mm,
basically a given, right? Like, so yeah, red jasper is, there's also all the types of jasper, but I chose red because of that's particular, the color of the root chakra
yeah.
and the grounding energies of the root chakra. Very, very powerful for that too.
Let me see here. Oh, Lena. Voila. Jasper reminds me of clay, can mold it into whatever we want.
Yeah,
Ah,
you're right. It does look a little bit like a clay. That
yeah,
is, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
that's a good one. Do you have anything else to add for the red jasper?
No, I think the main point with the red jasper is that it's super, super grounding. So if you're looking to ground, or you're feeling like, well, when we're gonna talk about grounding too and why we have to do that. But in another show.
Yeah.
But but it's very, very connected to Mother Earth, and we use Mother Earth to ground. So
Yeah.
that's why red is so important, and that's why it's so connected to the root chakra.
Well, I have like a couple of questions before we head towards the end of the show, and I wanted to start with this one. Can people work on multiple chakras at once?
Yes, absolutely. If you look into, there's a lot of people that I've seen that do energy work. Reiki works on the
Yeah,
chakras too.
exactly. Mhm.
So there's a ton of tools that, or like energy work that you can do to like work on the chakras. Absolutely. You can also like use crystals, use colors like I was mentioning. Everything is about intention, and we're so powerful. Our
Yeah.
intention, we can do anything. But yeah, you can work on several different chakras at the same time, of course.
And you're mentioning colors. I have this question here. Can crystal actually shift emotional states connected to chakra? Well, I think so. Yeah, that they could actually shift your emotional state. And like you were talking about working with colors with your clothing,
Exactly. Yeah.
like your grandmother that used to put her turquoise scarf. Like that is such, like when you think about it, you're like, okay, well, that is obvious. That of
Yeah.
course. See, and like it comes back to when you're saying manifestation is easy, but they deprogrammed us to not think like that anymore. So you taught saying that you should wear the colors on what you want to work with within your chakras is a good idea as well.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? The thing is, for me, is very basic because I saw her doing this all my life. But I remember, if she was feeling like she had to have a loving conversation with somebody, she would wear all pink or all green. Like, she would use colors specifically for whatever she was trying to do. And
Hmm.
crystals have color as a frequency. So yeah, and also if your chakras are not, because we talk a lot about aligning them or balancing them, is basically keeping them, I would say, it's going to happen all the time. You're going to have imbalances, you're going to feel like you need to align. That's why grounding comes in, or kind of like centering yourself. But there's telltale for each, like, as like for each chakra, if you need help. Like, for example, if you're feeling ungrounded and uncentered, then start with the root.
Yeah.
If you're feeling like you struggle with self-love or self-worth, start with the heart. If you feel like you have a hard time speaking out and saying what you actually think, start with the throat. And or if you want to, like, not even necessarily an issue, but you want to connect back to your own intuition, your inner knowing, your inner self, start with the crown or start with the third eye. So it's we can do you can do so much work with the chakras, and it's like almost like a manual where to start, right, with the stuff that you want to
Mhm.
do and the stuff that you want to work on. It's really,
I
really
have this
cool.
question here from Lena DJ. Do some crystals have negative reactions against one another?
Not that I know of. I don't think so. Not that I know of. Maybe it depends. Let's see, on you. So I just thought of a story one time. I remember a lady bought one of my pyramids that had I think it was white quartz, and
Mhm.
white quartz is naturally it's a master healer, so it holds any intention that you want. But she set it aside her bed when she was sleeping, and she couldn't sleep at all.
Oh, oh.
she could not sleep at all. So I
Yeah.
told her to put it somewhere else, and then she shifted it to her kitchen, and it was way better because it was in a higher
Yes.
area. So
Yeah.
maybe I'm thinking it crystals interact with your energy, so I don't think they're going to um, interact with each other negatively, but maybe with the energy or the intention that you want. So obviously, don't put something very bold in your bedroom when you're trying to go to sleep, or things
Exactly.
like that. Or if you're in a place where you need energy, like in an office, you don't want to put an maybe don't do an amethyst. An amethyst is too
To
soft and
calm,
soothing.
to calm down, to be peace, love. Don't put
Right.
it
Well,
in.
even
Yeah,
though
I get
amethyst
it.
is good for protection, so you could use it with
Girl.
that intention. So there
Yeah.
are no rules really. It's like how it feels to you and how yeah, too much energy and excitement. Exactly.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, Carla. We are here at the end of the Beyond Crystal Code show. And I just want to give you guys a little heads up for tonight's Beyond the News because Janine is traveling right now. And the Beyond the News for tonight, instead of being at 8 p.m. Eastern time for the Insider Access Pass, it will be live at 10 p.m. Eastern time. And then 2 hours later, you could purchase it on the pay per view show. So if ever the schedule does change, I will keep you guys updated on social media and on the schedule page if ever there's a delay, travel trip time for Janine. So just take that in note right now for the show for tonight. And do we have any other questions here? I see them popping through. Wait a minute. Oh, Lena, amethyst is for those who are quiet quitting their jobs.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a
Yeah,
good one.
that's a good
I'll be
one.
watching people if they have that around their desk. That's a good one. So for people here that have employees, check if they have amethyst at their office. That was a good one. Thank you guys so much
That's a
for
good sign to
tuning
look for.
in. That was a good cue. See, our audience, our Woo tribe has our back. They have our back. So
Yeah,
don't forget,
absolutely.
everybody, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Jean Claude Beyond Mystic 003, and our Rumble channel, if you want to, of course, Beyond Mystic, Jean Claude at Beyond Mystic Rumble channel. And if you want to find the amazing work of Carla, just hit theascensionorganites.com and you can see all of her amazing work that she does for everybody right here. And we will see you guys next week, of course. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you soon. Au revoir.
Thank you. Bye.